The development of identity and character is an exploration best represented through storytelling. Storytelling being the very enabling factor that allows creators of text to reinforce or challenge the human experiences that they represent. Billy Elliot, my current text for study, is a 2000s coming-of-age film and a good example of this, with the main character, Billy, a young boy, being pushed throughout the text to pursue his dream of becoming a ballet dancer, in his world of picket fences and cultural stereotypes, in mid-1980s County Durham. Likewise, the search for identity through storytelling is demonstrated just as well, if not more so, in the 1999 coming-of-age novel, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, the text I wish to recommend for study in 2022. The novel is told and narrated by Charlie, a young boy coming to terms with his inner demons as he ventures into the unknown world of high school in the early 1990s after the suicide of his best and only friend, maturing emotionally, physically, and sexually throughout the text. Aspects of life and the human experiences teenagers having to read the text would be more in tune with. While the text is a novel, for the sake of visual interest, scenes and screenshots will be played in the background from the 2012 film adaptation also titled The Perks of Being a Wallflower. In both texts, the main protagonists both face a struggle in terms of their masculine identities. While Charlie has several non-stereotypical masculine role models in the latter half of the book, his English teacher Bill takes on the role of mentor to Charlie rather early on, broadening Charlie's ideas of masculinity. Charlie's family seems to have only ever taught him that violence was the only acceptable expression of emotion for men. While he doesn't display the same surface-level masculinity his family does, Charlie himself only internalizes these lessons and ideals. When Charlie successfully protects his newfound friend Patrick from Brad, a closeted football player who has recently been caught with Patrick, and his friends who team up on him, he instantly experiences shame for having hurt other people, even in self-defense. This shows that Charlie doubts whether striving to embody the masculine norms he learned at home will really make him his best self. Unlike Charlie's family, however, Bill encourages Charlie's sensitivity, fuels his passion for reading and writing, and even at one point goes out of his way to tell Charlie how special he thinks he is. A similar strategy of encouraging development past the social norm of masculinity is used by Mrs. Wilkinson when inviting Billy to join her class after he has finished his boxing lesson. Billy, much like Charlie, struggles with his sense of masculine identity, as both his father and older brother fit the stereotypical male and often encourage Billy to do so too. Mrs. Wilkinson recognizes both Billy's interest in pursuing ballet and his hesitation, having just come from doing a very masculine sport condoned by his father. We too as the audience recognize Billy's interest through Daldry's choice of framing. Mrs. Wilkinson's masculine imperative one day challenges Billy to join in. Over time, Mrs. Wilkinson adjusts her tone, using lighter, more delicate, and typically feminine terminology related to ballet, as Billy begins to adjust to a less toxic and stereotypical view of masculinity. Bill and Mrs. Wilkinson teach them both respectively that a man can be gentle, introspective, communicative, and understanding, all the while being masculine. Through both Billy and Charlie's wrestling with the very stereotypical forms of masculinity that men and their families represent, Daldry and Chbosky challenge the ideas of giving in to the constantly reinforced, stereotypical, toxic masculinity through their storytelling techniques. In summary, individual human experiences of personal growth and development are relevant to all no matter how specific they may seem, as gender identity and things alike are something everyone faces struggles with at one point or another. The collective experience of a search for and the development of identity is demonstrated effectively throughout both Billy Elliot and The Perks of Being a Wallflower alike, as individual experiences such as isolation, self-maturing, and skill development develop these characters into well-defined young members of society. Through both Charlie and Billy's adversity and their individual drives to pursue their dreams, the two find themselves exploring their society and testing their environments. Billy discovers his passion for ballet and uses it to escape his adversities. This allows him to discover not only his potential in life, but an outlet to express his creative self. And as Charlie continues to push himself to be a part of life rather than using the coping mechanism of letting things wash by him, literally being a wallflower, he discovers his own talents, realizing that he can become an artist and express himself through being a writer in order to take advantage of his capacity for looking in from the outside, whilst also being involved in the action from within simultaneously. Having not delved into even a tenth of The Perks of Being a Wallflower's story or character development through storytelling, as a result of the time limit, I highly recommend that Nessie use the text study in the 2022 Text and Human Experience English module.